Hi, this is Tejasswi Prakash, and I'm shooting for GlobalSpa at the Novotel Mumbai International Airport.
Wonderful. Hi, Tejasswi. It's wonderful to have you here with us on the Global Spa platform.
Thank you.
Can you share a little bit about your experience while shooting for the cover for a magazine?
Oh, it was exciting. I was really looking forward to the shoot, honestly, because it was going to be my first magazine cover, which was this huge A. And the B, I actually was looking forward to trying all of the looks that we decided on. I think they've turned out exactly how I imagined it or better. And yeah, the whole concept, the way we've shot it is um, very different from how usually, magazine cover shoots are done. I love the outfits. I could relate to it a lot more, to be honest, which is why I was like seriously looking forward and I had a great time.
Well, I think you're looking absolutely fresh and radiant and the ideal mascot for the wellness industry. So, what is your concept of wellness?
For me, wellness is both like physically and emotionally. I feel like when you eat well, you think well, and I feel like if you're emotionally happy, you also tend to keep your body clean, healthy. So I feel like it's a equal balance. I feel in terms of like your physical wellness, it is very important to take your body seriously, never for granted. I feel like whenever we're very young and we eat whatever we want to eat and it doesn't show and we're like, oh, we have the best metabolism, I can eat whatever I want and I could just like hit the gym and I'll be fine. I mean, that used to be me, but then lately I've realized whatever I've been eating has started showing, and I was like, oh, I probably should have taken it seriously a little sooner. But it's fine. It's never too late. I feel like it's always very important to take your body seriously. At the same time, emotional well-being is something that goes parallel. Um, Very important, if you ask me, to surround yourself with great energy, with people who always wish the best for you, who'll cheer you when you do something great, who are genuinely happy for you if you share a happy news, and you're never worried about how that person's going to react when you tend to do better than them.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
You're in the glamour industry where looking good is of prime importance, and I'm happy to know that you place an equal amount of emphasis on your emotional wellness as well. Tell me, since the time you've started out, how well have you been able to balance both aspects, your hectic shoot schedules as well as making dedicated me time for your own personal wellness?
um it is tricky finding time for yourself, but it's not I've been fortunate enough to kind of belong to an industry wherein you don't really work every single day, and Saturday Sundays are the only days you're looking forward to. I think after you're done with the project, you do get a good amount of time, a good amount of break to just travel. And that travel could be with your loved ones or just alone. I make it a point to always do that, to just get out of the city, just really get to know myself. You tend to get to know yourself a lot better when you're alone and when you're in a surrounding which is not usual. You tend to meet new people, eat different kind of things, see different places, breathe different air. Just everything about a new place is so new for your body and for your brain. I feel like it's refreshing. So after a project is usually when I try and find myself some me time, and I travel is my most favorite thing to do.
So, do you tend to take off on a wellness vacation? Does that feature on your scheme of things?
Wellness vacations, to be very honest, vacation for me has always been something where I go and now I can just not be very restricted. So I tend to kind of cheat on my meals and all of that when I'm traveling and not really think a lot about what it's going to be. But in terms of my workout, I do, wherever I travel, I make sure I'm still hitting the gym, I'm still doing my yoga. So diet wise, I'm not really following a lot of my wellness part when I'm traveling. I eat all of the sweets possible, all of the local specialities, street foods, whatever it is. So I don't compromise on the food part when I'm traveling, because I'm like, I'm not going to come here again, probably. So I try eating everything. But in terms of like physically, yes, even if I'm traveling, I will hit the gym. I will do my yoga. So I think like every trip ends up being like a part wellness trip also, I guess.
That sounds very realistic.
Yeah.
So you managed to engineer your tastes and travels around your lifestyle and the demands of your work. You managed to engineer it very well. And speaking of engineering, if
Oh,
I'm not mistaken, you're an engineer by education and an actor by default. Is that correct?
yes, you put it perfectly. Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. So we have a family of engineers, right? Your brother's also an engineer in the United
So is my
States.
father, yes.
Yes, and your dad as well.
Yeah. It's just
So
something we do.
when and how did this detour take place, or was it a planned shift?
It just happened. It just happened. I had a friend who participated in this pageant, and my friend was like, "You have to do it next year. You're surely going to win it." I did it, and I won that pageant. And then I had my face on newspapers, and then people started reaching out to me. Would you like to be a part of this show? Would you like to be a part of a television series? And back then, I never watched these series. I never watched television. So being a part of it was the last thing I really wanted. But then I was like, let's give it a shot. I went. I when I went to the office, and I saw a lot of, I remember when I saw a lot of people sitting there reading scripts and waiting to crack a show, um, and people just entering the office and being like, is there anything that I could audition for? Is there anything for me? Like literally just walking in and just asking if they could audition, if there is anything. And that's when I realized, oh, like people are craving to get something that I am getting, like in my first meeting itself. Probably it's a plan. Let's just go with the flow. And then I did. When I did take it up, I am going to give myself the credit of like not just taking that for granted, but like I did put in the work, because I was like, now that I'm in it, I am going to mean it. So I put in the work, and like yeah, it's just been happening, and it's been going great.
Well, let me say clearly the universe has your back because you've done stupendously well, starting out with serials and then you dipped your fingers into the OTT space. So, what is it that enthralls you at the moment?
Right now, what excites me is all of the new things that are happening in the industry. How the audience is a lot more vocal about what they like and what they absolutely don't like. So I love that, because that's really something that we as actors who find it hard to kind of start off with, um, it means a lot for people like us, that the audiences, I think, kind of in a huge way made it very clear that they only are looking for like great performances and amazing content. And that's coming across brilliantly. I feel like a lot of people from the films are turning to OTT, because people have realized that the platform doesn't matter. It's the content you're putting across. It's the performance you're portraying. And I absolutely am looking forward to things like that. And with the time that the industry is going through right now, I feel like people who'd not dreamt of it finally have a chance.
The TV world has given you a lot, it's made you a household name.
Mhm.
Have you made a departure from television?
So I did say it in the past that I have taken a break, but I've somehow come to realize that lately it's not the platform that matters, because I have seen people coming from, let's just say, OTT is considered as a better platform than television, or like a film, a film is considered a better platform than an OTT show. I don't really think that's the case, because I feel like it's my work that's going to talk. If I'm performing well, it doesn't matter what platform I perform on. That's going to speak volumes, because I have seen people working on way bigger platforms not being able to perform and have got a lot of hate for it. Now, me coming from a smaller platform, like probably the smallest according to the hierarchy that I'm saying, have received so much love. So now when I think about it, I'd rather be on a smaller platform, deliver great work, and get all of the love than dream of being on a big platform and not do good work and be hated on. So now I've come to realize, oh my God, it's your good work that counts. Do good work. It doesn't matter the platform, because a lot of people don't have a lot of things to say about, like, oh, I've done this, but then I wasn't really loved for that. I'd rather do this and be loved for it. So yeah.
So, what's the most challenging part of your work?
The most challenging part of from my work, like as an actor's work, is actually being able to please the audience. To me, that's really everything. um, but as a performer, I feel the most challenging would be to truly get into the character, like when to truly find something that excites you, that you want to really envision yourself as that person, as that character you're playing. You want to look at people like the way that character would look at other people, or you want to talk like that character, you want to breathe like that character, you want to sit like that character, you want to eat like that character, like completely submerge yourself in that person that you're playing is is what interests me the most, and also scares me the most, and is also, I feel like, the most challenging. And once I think anybody's able to really ace that, I think people are going to love that.
Have you been able to meet with this challenge head on point?
Whatever work I have done, a lot of times I feel like it wasn't conventional. It was very debatable. It was something I don't know if I would be able to relate to or not. But since I played that character, I have believed in every word that character has said, and probably that is why it's convinced people to believe in, like, let's just say, me turning into a snake. So when you actually envision yourself as that character and you talk like it, you believe things that the person that your character does, and everything. I think people can relate to it a lot better. So I think I have been able to kind of like do it. But ultimately, I'm very shy answering these questions. I feel like the audience and like probably the critics should answer these questions. Oh, she did nail it, or she didn't, whatever. I think I've given my 100%. I've been accepted. I have been loved. So I'm guessing I did. But I think y'all are better like
I think the personal
judge.
conviction that you have invested in your performances has really spoken volumes, because I do remember Nagin, of course, was like another turning point, you turning into a snake. But
Yeah.
there was another serial that you'd done, if I'm not mistaken, where an 18-year-old girl gets married to like a 9-year-old boy or something.
Yeah.
I just remember there was some controversy around it, a little
Yeah.
bit of
Yeah. Oh my
talk in
God.
the
I don't even
media.
remember.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's just to say, I mean, it's a phenomenal amount of conviction that you've invested in each and every performance of yours.
Yeah.
So, keeping that in mind, if you were to identify the turning point in your career, what would it be?
I think there is still time for me to get that turning point in my career. Right now, what I feel is like I am waiting for something amazing to come, and for whatever I have so far achieved and am loved for is very, in a lot of ways, like, not surprising. I kind of want to be surprised. I want to be taken out of my comfort zone. I want to be challenged, and probably that is what I'll be looking at as my turning point in the career.
Are you where you thought you'd be 5 years ago? Right now,
No,
are you in that space?
no, I never even expected to be loved so much. To be very honest, yes, which is why I think at times, like, I never even planned on being an actor, and it happened. And whenever there's a lull and I feel like, oh, what's happening? Like, why is something not working out, or things like that. I always sit down and I think, I never even expected myself to be where I am today, and God's kind of made sure I do get there. And I feel like there's a certain path that God has decided for us. Obviously, you're not going to stop dreaming or hoping or manifesting or working hard towards it or anything. But I feel like there is a path decided, and if He's got me so far, He'll take care of the path ahead also.
So, who's your role model?
My role model has to be my mom. Um she that woman, she never sleeps. She's always working. She looks after my business and she's the manager, but even if it's my business, I feel like most of the part of it is taken care by her. I take the big decisions, and the smaller decisions are the ones which require a lot more of hustling, and I feel like she's taken care of most of that. And with so humility, with so much earnesty, and she's super diligent. So she's amazing, and I wish to be that person, that hardworking forever.
Tell me something, pulling a leaf out of the days when you were pursuing engineering. I just want one takeaway. What is it that you learned over there, that any lesson, any takeaway, any thought that you were successfully able to imbibe into your career here in the acting profession?
uh, a lot of times I felt like I don't have a lot of pride whenever, like, somebody would yell at me, because I started at a very young age.
Okay.
And I would see other actors get so offended if spoken to us in a certain way. But we as engineering students, are professors, are not very kind people, man. Like, we're so used to, like, especially like a very not so easy student like me. I मुझे तो बहुत डांट पड़ती थी, so I was always scolded at. And that's why when I started shooting and I would be scolded at, I used to be like, sorry sir, sorry, may I come in sir, it won't happen again sir, and stuff like that, which I feel like a lot of people kind of lack, because I don't know, शायद उन्हें इतना torture नहीं मार think.
So, resilience.
Yeah,
You toughened
resilience.
up.
Very, very tough. I think it's toughened me, yes, for sure.
So, if you were to share a pearl of wisdom with all the other women who aspire to be in your shoes, what is that piece of advice that you'd share with them?
To all the women out there, mm, there's so much I'd like to say, but yeah, just be independent, surround yourself with people who encourage you, be with somebody who is your cheerleader, um, plan your life ahead, um, believe in your dreams, and just keep working hard towards it. And also, another thing I'd like to tell all the girls out there is, like, there is no certain age, or it's not important for you to be married at a certain age, or you to be married at all. That's something I feel like a lot of women tend to judge the other person also, or in a lot of ways make the other person feel bad about, oh, so why aren't you doing that, oh, why have you guys just moved in, might as well get married, or, like, why haven't you guys had kids yet. It's like, don't there's no need for you to ever feel bad for things like that. Always look at another woman on the basis of things that she's achieved, and the kind of plans she has in life. Not every girl plans on just having, like, a basic life. You can chill. You can choose not to work, take some time off. You can choose to ease your life by hiring people to do the household work, or cook for you, or drive for you, or whatever. and you should never have to be made to feel guilty about just pampering yourself. It's okay. You've earned it. Just enjoy it.
So, what is it that you find therapeutic?
For me, I like reading. I like planting. At times, I also like cooking. I find these things very very therapeutic. At times, I also like to just drive around in the city. Obviously, when it's not peak hours. So, but yeah, these are things that I like doing.
So, you mentioned planning.
Planting.
No, earlier, in your
Yeah.
earlier answer, you mentioned
Oh yeah,
planning
planning.
ahead.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
the
yeah.
piece of advice that you'd share with all women out there.
Yeah.
So, what is your plan now for the immediate future? Where do you see your career going, say, over the next 2 years? What is it that you want to do, intend to do, hope to do?
See, that was also a part of my message to the women out there, is that what's happening lately is that I'm asked this question a lot about, hey, what are you going to do? What do you plan on doing in terms of your career or in terms of your personal life? And a lot of times I am made to feel guilty about not knowing. But then I've kind of realized that it's really okay
Not to know.
to
Yeah.
not know and plan only things that are in your power to plan, right? So whatever I could plan in terms of like a parallel business or an income, I have done that. All the things that were in my hand to plan, in my hand alone, I have done. The rest of the things, I can't really decide. So I don't really think I should be made to feel a certain way. When you ask me, oh, like, but then, oh, so, and I'm like, chill, like, I'm fine. Like, I don't need to know these answers right now. I'm living it, and I'm just taking it easy. So, and it's okay. It's okay to take a breather, and it's okay to not know, because when somebody truly admires you for the person that you are, things will start rolling. People, when they realize what kind of an actor you are, projects will come. It's not like, they don't know you. All you can do right now is just be ready when the opportunity comes up. That's what I'm doing.
So, you do subscribe to destiny.
Yeah, 100%. Because whatever is in my hand, whatever things I can do, I can say it 100% that I have been doing that. I have been putting in the work. I have been doing all of that. And now, after doing all of that, all you can do is just be patient, which I feel is literally the toughest thing for actors in the industry to do. Because most of the times, actors are like, they say the actors aren't paid to work, they're paid to wait, because it's a lot more waiting than like working. Even if you sign a project, you literally just like shooting for like 35 days a year. That's if like you've taken a one film a year. So like the rest of the days you're literally like not doing anything except for like just working on yourself. So I truly feel like actors are paid to like wait, and which is when you need to put in all of the work, like pretty much like not go crazy. Yeah.
So, are you working on yourself in that sense at the moment?
Oh yeah, absolutely,
Are you?
absolutely. I am trying to learn a lot about myself and also unlearn a lot of things which I feel like were, because of so many years, um, were taught to me as that is how it's done. But it's not. There's so many things that are changing, evolving, and so many things that I've known that I have to unlearn, which I am, and so many things that I have to learn, which also is something I am doing. Yeah.
So, we are slowly and steadily rolling into the Mumbai monsoon at the moment. Any favorite monsoon memories that you'd like to share with us?
I'm a monsoon baby. But as somebody from Mumbai, I've not really met a lot of people who've been like, oh my God, we love the rains. It's always people from outside of Mumbai. They're like, oh my God, Mumbai rains. People from Mumbai who've literally traveled in local trains back in the day during college when they had to go to classes in the rains, it was hell. Station, the stairs, you could slip, you could fall. The entire station, the entire train is wet. Your chappals going chapak chapak. Your jeans, your clothes are bad. You don't have a car. You're traveling in bus, trains, or rickshaw, everything's just spilling all over you. Um,
You've killed the Mumbai romance now.
I am telling you, I've known people who love Mumbai rains, but very rarely are they Mumbaikars. You have to talk to the true Mumbaikars. We are like, barish aane wali, barish aane wali. We're like that. It's gotten a lot better from the days I remember because now I have a car. But back then, or even just going to school in that raincoat, and then you have to take the raincoat off and then put it in that raincoat bag, and then after school's done, you have to take the raincoat bag out. It's so wet, and you have to put it back and just go and just. It's not so. I'm okay now. It's a lot better because now I get out. I go in the car. I come back. I sit in the window of my house and I watch the rain fall. I go for a drive in the rains and have garam pakode. So it's nice. But I've also seen the time when I didn't have a car and it was not very pleasant. I could see bichara dogs finding sheds to, cover themselves, shivering. All the homeless people on the streets, just so I've also seen that. So it's not all great. I'm a Mumbaiker. I've seen that. So I'm telling you, it's all the people who like, oh my god, we love the rains, Mumbai rains. It's always like people from outside Mumbai. I'm telling you. Please talk to a true Mumbaiker. They're gonna be like, "Arey barish aane wali hai." Yeah.
So speaking of cars, you've got quite a cool set of wheels. I think you have an Audi Q7, if I'm
Yes.
not mistaken. So what does luxury mean to you, Tejasvi?
To be very honest, I absolutely love my car. Um, uh, so now Karan also has cars, okay, and they're very nice cars also. But then when it comes to comfort, I think we both like my car better because it's so like bright and big and like somehow it's so he calls it like the family car because it's like comfortable. It's not made for the driver, it's made for the person sitting at the back, all of that. But then that's luxury to me. I don't have to drive the car. So I feel that's like I think my car is like the best car. Even if like people like other cars and like he's literally got the Range Rover Sport because he could go off roading in it. So he's like it's not supposed to be comfortable. It's supposed to climb on like rocks and it's supposed to do all those crazy things, which I don't know how that's luxurious. Like luxury is my car. My car is like luxury. Like it's a simple car. You sit, you go off to sleep, you do whatever. I like mine. So I think our taste in like cars is different, but that doesn't matter. But to me, like from like right now, I feel like I am living a very very nice life. Like I can drive, I can travel wherever I want to, I can book the tickets, I can extend my holidays, stay in good hotels, eat good food. So these are the things I feel like are luxury to me. I mean, why not? So I'm living a great life, really.
Sounds great that you're happy in the space that you're in at the moment. I want
Yeah.
to ask you, what is your biggest learning? What have you learned in life?
This is one thing that I've learned in life is that a lot of luxuries you'll get in life. Like we were just coming from the same topic. So I'd just like to say that it's only and only enjoyed when it's all got by yourself. It's not as sweet when it's somebody else doing that for you. I mean, of course, it's lovely and it's like amazing. But when you do it and when you get to enjoy it, it's something else. Because at the end of the day, you're flaunting something that you've made yourself, not something that somebody gifted you. I've seen a lot of people even do that. That, oh, I got this, I got that, oh, I got this. But how is that exciting? Like that's not yours. So I've never really understood that. So that's one thing that I've learned about myself is I love and I enjoy all the luxuries of my life, but I only do enjoy these things when I get them like myself. Otherwise, it just feels like a oh like a burden. Like how am I going to repay it? Kinds.
So you're a self-made, successful, financially independent,
Yeah.
successful woman who believes in buying her own diamonds, right?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Fantastic. Is there any lesson that you've learned from your mom or your dad, any piece of advice that always holds you in good stead?
Um, from my mom, I've learned to be independent. Um, I feel it's a lot of suggestions come from the fact that she's also a woman. So there's like a similar things that I will be facing in life. And in terms of my dad, it's he's very, like, I feel like men are very like clear. Like he's like, do you want this or do you not want this? Now that you've decided you want this, now make it work. It's like that. Like you cannot if you've um, decided to do something, it's no point kind of finding flaws in whatever that you've decided. If you've decided you're going to do it, just do it. Like, or else decide not to. It, like, I feel like men are like really like clear on that ground. Like karna hai, then don't find flaws, just do it. Just do it. You want to do this show, just do it. Don't look at the what is going to happen, all of that. It's going to happen or not going to happen. You want to do it, go ahead. That's the kind of clarity, like, I feel like my dad kind of gets in my life. I'm learning.
So we blame the genes for that clarity, which I also see in you, Tejasvi.
Yeah.
You're pretty focused and clear about what you're doing right now, what you've done earlier.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Great. So it's
Yeah.
been fantastic having you with us here for this conversation. I hope you've enjoyed yourself as much conversing with us. And
Absolutely. I
yes,
had a great time.
and I'm sure all our readers have had wonderful takeaways to dip into from
I
this
hope so too.
conversation. Thank
Yes.
you.
Thank you.